Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered what awaits the righteous women in paradise? For centuries, the world has celebrated the rewards of men, warriors, scholars, and leaders. But what about her? The mother who nurtured with compassion, the wife who stood in patience, the daughter who obeyed with quiet strength, the single woman who remained steadfast in her faith. What is her reward? Today, we unveil the unseen treasures and divine honors awaiting women in Jannah, a world where suffering ends, beauty becomes eternal, and the soul finds perfect peace. If you've ever questioned what a believing woman truly receives in the afterlife, this is for you. In Jannah, time is not an enemy, it is a servant. Allah will grant women a form of beauty and youth untouched by decay. Imagine waking up every day with a face more radiant than the full moon, skin softer than silk, and features shaped by the divine himself. No makeup, no surgeries, no aging. In fact, you will be in the prime of your youth, perpetually, eternally. You will be the most beautiful version of yourself, without flaws, insecurities, or imperfections. The Prophet told us that women of paradise will be adorned with garments of green silk, with jewelry made of gold, silver, and pearls. Their hair will shine like the sun, and their scent will be more pleasant than musk. Her beauty will not be for the world to consume, but for her to rejoice in, for eternity. This beauty will not fade with age or be lost with time. It will only increase the more she smiles, the more her soul rejoices. This is not fantasy. This is the promise of the most generous. How many women have buried their parents with trembling hands, or lost children with shattered hearts? How many long to reunite with a spouse who passed away in faith, or ache for a sibling they loved dearly? Jannah is not only a land of gardens, it is the land of reunion. Allah promises in the Quran that those who believed and whose families followed them in faith will be gathered together, without their ranks being reduced. Imagine walking through the gates of paradise and being welcomed by the very people you cried over in this life. There are no goodbyes in Jannah. You will live among those you love, without fear of loss or distance. For the woman who was never married but stayed chaste, Allah will marry her to a righteous spouse beyond anything dunya could offer. For the mother who lost a child in the womb or infancy, her child will run to her in paradise, hold her hand, and lead her to rivers of milk and honey. Love in Jannah is not broken by death, it is fulfilled by mercy. No more cramped kitchens, shared rooms, or worrying about bills. In Jannah, believing women will live in palaces not made of stone or wood, but of gold, silver, and hollowed pearls. Each palace will reflect her status with Allah, her prayers, her patience, her sacrifices. Inside, the ceilings will stretch to the heavens. The floors will be covered in lush carpets, and the walls will be adorned with gemstones. There will be rivers of milk, honey, and wine flowing nearby, not intoxicating wine, but sweet and pure. She will never worry about locks or safety, for security will be absolute. Angels will serve her food and drinks, and every dish will be of her choosing, even before she utters a word. She will walk through gardens where the trees bend to offer her their fruit, and she'll have whatever she desires just by thinking of it. These palaces are not rented. They are eternal homes, tailor-made by her Creator, in reward for every tear, every fast, every hidden act of worship. One of the most overlooked forms of suffering in this world is emotional pain. Women are often taught to stay strong, to endure without complaint, to carry emotional scars silently. But Jannah is where all pain is healed. Allah promises that He will remove from the hearts of believers any feelings of hurt, jealousy, sorrow, or regret. Imagine never again feeling insecure, never again carrying the weight of unspoken pain, never again being compared, dismissed, or ignored. Her heart will be at complete ease. She will feel loved in ways this world never allowed, by her Lord, by her companions, by herself. There will be no anxiety, no trauma, no emotional exhaustion. Her inner world will finally be at peace, and she will never have to explain her pain, because there won't be any. The soul that once cried in secret will now laugh with delight. The tears of a mother in sujud, the quiet heartbreak of a woman whose love was not returned, the strength of a woman who bore insult with grace. Allah has seen it all. Every second of patience she held on to in this life will bloom into unimaginable reward in the next. The Prophet told us that the women of Jannah are those who were grateful when they were given and patient when they were tested. Their reward will be without limit. Every fast she completed despite weakness, every prayer she whispered while exhausted, every temptation she resisted, every child she raised with love, every insult she absorbed in silence. None of it will be forgotten. In fact, these very moments will be shown to her as jewels placed upon her crown in Jannah. And the higher her patience, the greater her rank among the gardens of paradise. The world may have underestimated her, but Allah honored her. And in Jannah, everyone will see the proof of that honor. In Jannah, women are not hidden, they are honored. She is not a footnote in a man's story. She is a queen in her own right. Just like Khadijah was honored with glad tidings directly from Jibreel. Just like Maryam was chosen above all other women. In Jannah, every believing woman will walk among the elite. Angels will greet her. Her name will be known. Her deeds will be celebrated. The sacrifices she made in silence will echo in the palaces of paradise. Her Lord will welcome her, call her by name, and place upon her head a crown that glows like the sun. The world that once ignored her strength will now bow to her resilience. She won't need validation, she will live in it. She won't need applause. She will be honored directly by the one whose pleasure is greater than all of creation. This world offers women heartbreak in many forms, from betrayal to abuse, to being silenced or forgotten. But in Jannah, every suffering will be erased and replaced, not just with comfort, but with joy. The woman who was abandoned in this life will be adored in the next. The woman who never felt safe will live in complete security. The woman who felt unlovable will be celebrated by angels. Allah is just and He is kind. Not a second of suffering will be lost. She will not only forget her pain, she will laugh at it, knowing that her endurance led her to eternal joy. In fact, the Prophet said that when a person enters paradise, the worst hardships of this life will feel like a passing moment, instantly forgotten in the bliss of reward. That's the power of divine mercy. The woman who endured hell on earth will finally walk in gardens, where every step is a blessing and every breath is peace. In this life, female friendships are often tested by jealousy, distance, misunderstandings. But in Jannah, women will enjoy companionship with no drama, no hurt, no envy. Imagine sitting under the shade of heavenly trees with your sisters in faith, laughing, remembering old struggles, and celebrating eternal ease. You'll be joined with righteous women from every era: Fatima, Asiya, Maryam. You'll talk, you'll laugh, and you'll share stories of worship, patience, and triumph. There will be no barriers of race, class, or language, only the bond of belief. And for every sisterhood that was sincere in this life, Jannah will make it eternal. Even if two believing women never met in dunya, they may find each other in Jannah because of shared sincerity. That's the kind of friendship we were created for. Pure, loyal, joyful, and everlasting. Yes, Jannah has gardens, palaces, rivers, and companionship. But above all, there is one moment that surpasses everything: seeing Allah. The one she prayed to in the dark. The one she cried to when no one else listened. The one who counted her tears, forgave her sins, and knew her better than she knew herself. In Jannah, she will finally see Him, and that sight will erase every doubt, every pain, and every longing she ever felt. The Prophet said that when the believers see Allah, they will forget every other blessing in Jannah because of the sheer beauty and majesty of their Lord. For the righteous woman, this will be the moment her heart truly completes its journey. And Allah will say to her, "I am pleased with you, and I will never be displeased with you again." That is the peak of reward. That is the paradise of the soul. In this world, women often feel torn between duty and desire, between expectations and identity, between dreams and reality. But in Jannah, all those pieces come together. She will be whole. Her soul will find rest. Her body will find comfort. Her heart will find peace. There will be no more roles to play, no more masks to wear, no more standards to chase. She will be fully, beautifully herself, the soul Allah created in the best form. And she will live forever, in joy, in light, in peace, because she believed, because she hoped, because she never gave up. If this vision of paradise inspired you, don't let it stop here. Like this video if your heart longs for Jannah. Comment what you most look forward to. And subscribe to our channel to join a community that celebrates faith, empowers believers, and reminds you of the eternal promise that awaits. Every click, every share, every dua brings us one step closer to the home we were created for, Jannah.